Thank you for that. And a special thank you from Costa Mesa High School to the men and women of the armed forces today. They created a wall to honor those who had fought and died for this country. KCAL 9's Orange County reporter Michelle Gili now was there for the unveiling.
This project is a memorial for the Iraq War, and it's basically to get the whole school involved in what's going on outside of school and outside of Costa Mesa.
A hallway at Estancia High School has been transformed into a patchwork of images and names representing the 2,400 military men and women killed in the Iraq War.
We kind of made it like the Vietnam War, or the wall, so that everyone could have a name up there or a picture so that everyone is remembered. But we made it more creative and gave it like its own style.
The memorial project is an assignment in John Williams' U.S. history class.
Anthony D. Kinslow, John J. Maddock Jr.,
Jessica Housby, Jeffrey Henthorne, Zachary Ryan Wobler.
Each student prepared a report on a group of Marines, soldiers, and military personnel who have died in Iraq. After introducing the fallen men and women to the class, the students added an 8.5-inch square designed especially for the wall.
The reaction has been unbelievable. As a teacher, whenever you start a project, you're concerned because you have a variety of levels of kids. But each student has put their heart and soul into this.
Estancia graduate and Army soldier Margarita Medrano is home from Iraq for a few weeks. She visited the memorial wall.
I think it's great what they're doing. I appreciate what they're doing. It's something great. I think that, a lot of soldiers die for their country and a lot of them are not remembered and stuff like that. But I'm glad that they're doing this and, putting recognition to the soldiers that have died.
Senior Willie Martinez has captured the emotional response from students and teachers. He's shooting a documentary on the memorial project.
I've seen students that are very emotional walking, especially when we do the walk. They play taps and then America the Beautiful. A lot of students are, they're crying and they leave a lot of the stuff, a lot of personal items that they want to leave. They leave those, and it's very emotional.
We're speaking this morning about the wall project that Mr. Williams is doing to honor Memorial Day and the soldiers who have died in Iraq. It's a fitting tribute that this current event is being brought forward now. It's an extension of all the sacrifice that's been made over more than 2 centuries by Americans to preserve the freedoms that we have in this country. And the students are recognizing those people who have sacrificed to continue the freedoms that we have here. It is a tribute to our young people, the sensitivity that they're showing in remembering those people who have given the full measure for our freedoms. Thank you.
We're going to begin to take a look at what Memorial Day means. Next Monday we have a holiday, Memorial Day. We take Monday off. Very few of us really probably have an investment in what does that mean to us. Memorial Day is supposed to be set aside to honor the men and women who have died in the service of their country in war. And certainly with the war that we have on right now, I think it would be appropriate for us to honor the dead young men and women who are dying so that we don't have to serve our country. This all-volunteer army we have is a pretty important thing. So this week we're going to be engaged in creating an Iraq War Memorial in the hall. At the same time, you'll be doing a little bit of research. Tomorrow and Wednesday we have the library reserve, and we're going to do a little bit of research on Iraq. We're going to do a little bit of research on the Iraqi conflict in an effort to understand and get an understanding of a more global thing that is happening. Because we're so insulated in our lives here in Costa Mesa, we really don't have to pay attention to what is happening outside. So I'm hoping that this project is going to give you maybe a world perspective and maybe a little bit more perspective on what it means to serve your country. Each student will construct a memorial placard for 14 to 16 Americans who have been killed during the Iraq War. Each name on your list must be included on your placard. Remember, we are honoring Americans who died serving their country, so the following is expected. Neatness counts. You will lose points for work that is not neat and clean. Spelling counts. We are honoring the dead, so get it right. First name, then last name. Creativity is expected. Colorful borders, images, and design style are all important. But don't go overboard because this is a memorial project. Students will be required to complete some research for this project. The research will be on one person from your list and on the country of Iraq and the war. A separate worksheet will be provided for you explaining this important component. Each student will present their placard in front of the class as part of the memorial project ceremony. Students will present a placard and read the names of those being honored. Students will make a presentation on one person selected from the list. A separate worksheet will be provided you explaining this important component. After presentation, students will exit the room and place their placard on the memorial wall. Each of you is going to get a piece of paper that has a list of names on it. What you're going to do is take this list. First, you're going to transfer it over to your grading rubric sheet. Then you're going to select one name from this list to do some research on. All this information will be available on the internet for the person that you choose. You're going to need to write their name, their hometown, their state, the date they were born, the date that they died. You're going to need to give me some biographical information. Did they graduate high school? Were they a college graduate? Were they married? Did they have any children? Were there any dreams? Was he a doctor? Was he a teacher? Was she a medic? Was she a nurse? Was she an administrator? A little bit of personal information, and then the nature of their death. I will tell you the website that you can go on to see exactly how they were killed. Was it a roadside bomb that killed them? Were they killed in combat? Was their tank hit? And did it fall in the river? Did they drown in the river? We'll be able to find out the exact cause. So when you come on your presentation day, you're going to read your list of names, and then you're going to present information on one person. And I hope that that will give us 32 different perspectives on the war. Perspectives that we might not have, knowing what kind of people they were, what kind of things they may have wanted to do. These people serve so we don't have to. So we can live in this country and live a great life and go off to college, have our families, and do all of our things. But generally speaking, this is what you're going to get. A square that is 8.5 inches by 8.5 inches. On the square of paper, you have to represent each of the names that you have on your sheet of paper.
How you doing, man?
Hey, what do you think about this project?
I think it's gonna give us a good perspective on what we think of war.
So what do you think this project means to you?
I think this project means to me, like, all the people that died, we get a chance to finally honor them. Like, we always hear on the news all the people that died, like, the day before or whatever. And now we finally get a chance just to honor all those people in a certain way.
What do you hope to accomplish by making your students work on this?
Well, I'm hoping to instill in them the idea that there's a world outside Costa Mesa, California. When we're young, we're so insulated from the events of the world, and that's okay. But we also need to take time to understand what service and commitment means. And I just want the young people to understand that there is a war, there's a cost to the war, and that we have to honor those people who serve regardless of what position we have on that war. So I just want to make them conscious of the world outside them. And this is a great tool, I think, for doing that.
Times have changed and times are strange. Here I come, but I ain't the same. Mama, I'm coming home.
What do you think about this project?
I think it's a good project that we can honor our soldiers and that we can support them with. Yes.
Hey, Stacy.
And you drove me out, yeah, you had me hypnotized, yeah. Lost and found and turned around by the fire in your eyes. You made me cry, you told me lies, but I can't stand to say goodbye. Mama, I'm coming home. I could be right, I could be wrong. It hurts so bad, it's been so long. Mama, I'm coming home. Selfish love, yeah, we're both alone. The right before the fall, yeah. But I'm gonna take this heart of stone. I just got to have it all. I've seen your face 100 times. Every day we've been apart. I don't care about the sunshine, yeah. 'Cause mama, mama, I'm coming home. I'm coming
All right, at this time, we're going to be breaking away to the library to do the research end of our project. Of course, we're looking at historical Iraq, we're looking at the Iraqi war, and we're looking at doing some research on one of the individual soldiers. I have put on the board for you just some general information on where you might begin searching on the internet for some of this research that we are doing. Our goal, of course, is to get a perspective not only on the war, but on the region and Iraq historically.
Hi, what do you like to do on your free time with your friends?
Well, I like to hang out with them, just go to movies. Just basically hang out whenever I have free time, because my free time is scarce. I don't have a lot of free time, but whenever I do, I usually just go out to the beach, movies, whatever.
What kind of activities do you do when you don't have free time?
When I don't have free time?
Right. When you're busy.
Well, I've got schoolwork and I've got some sports, and I'm also in this club called Production Drama, and that takes up most of my time, especially now because we're opening a show really soon. So, you know, usually the only time I have free is an hour like before school, kind of, and then maybe the weekend. Those are the only times I have free to hang out with my friends. So I usually take that time to spend with my friends.
Do you realize that if it wasn't for some of the soldiers fighting overseas in Iraq, you wouldn't have those freedoms that you have today?
Well, I know that. Because they're there so that the war doesn't come here. You know, so I understand that, you know, we're doing this project for them to honor them and to remember what they're doing. So, you know, sometimes we need projects like this to remind us why they're there and what they're doing over there.
Do you think the major population acknowledges why they're there, and do they appreciate them?
Well, I mean, at the beginning, yeah, but, you know, it's been going on for so long that, you know, just things like they forget why they're there, and they forget who they are sometimes. Like, I remember there's a war going on now, and then they're like, oh, we should do something about it. So once in a while, I think there should be people who, you know, say, hey, there are people out there, they're fighting for you guys, they're fighting for your freedoms. So, I guess, yeah, if someone were to tell them that they were there, yeah, I think they would acknowledge them and actually be appreciative of what they're doing over there.
My shallow heart say only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone up there will find me. Till then I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Time can bring you down, time can bend your knee. There's peace, I'm sure, and I know there'll be no more tears in heaven. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. 'Cause I know I don't belong here in heaven.
My name is Brock Allen Beery.
My name is James A. Scholl.
My name is Mark A. Delgado.
My name is Chief Warrant Officer Michael L.
Hi, my name is Donald Samuel Oakes Jr. I'm Sergeant David M. Fisher. My name is Adam Brooks.
My name is Christopher Edward Zimney.
My name is Andrew J. Halverson.
My name is James Dwight.
My name is Trevor Winne. I am an Army specialist and served in the Army's 24th Quartermaster Company. I left behind so many people and things I loved. I will miss my whole family, my mom, my dad, my sister Tracy, my brother Todd, and my 3 nieces, Madison, Tyler, and Lily, as well as the one on the way I will never meet. I will miss all my good friends, and I will miss my dog Betty. I grew up in Costa Mesa and graduated from Calvary Chapel in 2000. In my spare time, I used to love playing ice hockey for my school and going snowboarding. I was the 10th known Orange County resident known to be killed in this war. I was traveling with my convoy near Missoula when my armored military vehicle hit an explosive device and injured me on April 30th, 2004. I later died of my injuries on May 1st, 2004. I was 22 years old.
Taps is traditionally what we play to honor the dead. So when we get ready to do our memorial walk, I'm going to ask that everybody stands up. We're going to turn and we're going to face the memorial wall. We're just going to stand silently while taps is being played. Once taps is over with, then we will all proceed, whether or not we have something to lay at the wall. Kyle will, his row will start. Allie's going to follow right behind them in a procession. You guys will follow in a procession. I want you to walk the wall. Take some time to look at some of those names as you're moving along the wall and reflect on the sacrifices that these young men and women are making, so we don't have to make those sacrifices.
Very large sellers.
Remember, if you follow along, like a single line, just like that.
There's a song for the
Please take some time to look Stop by.
Oh, heroes in liberating strife. You know yourself, their country love. Their mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy home provide. Hey, to those senses, even though and every day tonight, oh beautiful, oh spacious skies, oh never waves of rain, oh purple mountains, majesty. God shed His grace on thee.
You had to research one of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who, yeah, can I get your name?
Nicole.
Nicole.
Amaya.
A-M-A-Y-A?
Yeah.
And you're all juniors, right? So can you tell me a little about the soldier that you ended up researching?
Yeah. His name was Sergeant. Sorry. David Fisher. He was 21, and he died. His Humvee rolled over. He was really athletic, and he played 3 sports in high school. He was an artist. He liked to draw and just like be with his close friends and just hang out with them and stuff. And he said that a lot of people remembered him by always being like upbeat and like really happy. He was happy all the time, and he always had a smile on his face. And like that's how people like remembered about him. He was a big jokester, and like his friends would always say that he always had something to say. And he was like always funny.
Heaven from hell, blue skies from pain. Can you tell a green field from a cold steel?
To every individual who volunteers for service, I thank you. To every individual who has allowed me to go to college, I thank you. To every individual who fights for freedom all over the world, I thank you. To every individual who's become a soldier, I thank you. For every time you've defended freedom, for every time you've stared fear in the eye and pressed on, I thank you. For every time you've been knocked down and picked yourself up to fight again, I thank you. For every completed mission, for every finished task, for every salute, for every time you show compassion towards another person. I thank you. For every time you've seen a comrade fall and not rise again. For every time you've saved a life. For every time you've taken a life so that others may live. I thank you. For when you're knocked down, never to rise again, to come home, draped in old glory, for your sacrifice. I thank you.
Times before you went away,
you.